Good evening. I'm against this planning application, and I express my concerns about the future of Titchfield Haven National Nature Reserve, with 150 houses going to be built on this adjacent land. I've been responsible for the management of Titchfield Haven for 40 years, from its creation in 1972. I'm representing the many members of the public who share these concerns, and Titchfield Haven's volunteers who have asked me to come along and attend this meeting today. I'm not representing the views necessarily of Hampshire County Council. Titchfield Haven is no more than 500 metres in width over much of its length. This renders sensitive areas very vulnerable to unsympathetic activities on neighbouring land. The proposed development land overlooks the adjacent eastern meadows within the reserve. These meadows attract large flocks of wading birds and wildfowl from western Russia and the Baltic. Included among these birds are internationally important numbers of Icelandic breeding black-tailed godwits. Any movement or sound generated on the Old Street land in the past has caused these flocks of birds to vacate the reserve. In stark contrast, the western meadows attract very little wildlife. The main reason for this is the nearness of the heavily used public footpath running from the coast to Titchfield Village. This footpath is used for a variety of enjoyable recreational activities. Such usage, however, has an adverse effect on wildlife frequenting these meadows. Hence our concern regarding the East Meadows, where there is currently little disturbance from the Old Street land. The proposed development land has always been important in the management of Titchfield Haven and has functioned as an extension to the reserve, as wildlife does not recognise boundaries. I welcome some of the findings of the ecological surveys that have been undertaken by WYG. 67 species of birds are currently on the RSPB's UK Red List for birds of conservation concern. Approximately 12% of the total species on this list were found on both the winter and summer surveys. This is a significant figure. The effectiveness of many of the enhanced measures dealt with in the management plan is likely to be minimal at the very best. Here is just one example. I'm wearing my reserve management hat here. I can confidently say that a narrow slither of land between housing and nearby hedgerows would not function as intended to attract wintering birds that currently use the reserve and the Old Street buffer zone. Titchfield Haven has had a fair share of threats to its habitat and wildlife in the past. All these threats have been weathered in one way or another. However, the construction of houses metres away from the reserve boundary would present a whole host of everlasting threats and disturbance issues. We have an absolute gem in having Titchfield Haven in our community. Let's not destroy it. Thank you.